I'm having such trouble with the technology today. This is my third attempt at doing this. Linda's back. Yay. Thank you, Linda, for persevering with me. I don't know what happened. It just told me cancelling your live video. And I'm like, what? No. Oh dear. So we're doing this. Christmas time is here, sweet. Cling and photopolymer. You'll see more when I stamp it up. It's really good that you get to see both. These are the gorgeous papers that you get with them. You get 4 sheets of 3 designs. So you get this one with lovely roses on it, lots and lots of bunches of roses. Then you get this one, which I think this is absolutely fabulous. It's like a, I don't know what kind of check that is. It's like a lattice work, and it's just got gold through all of it, which is just yummy. And then this one, which I think is my favourite, it's just got like individual roses on it, but again they've all got gold on them. Yummy, 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 yummy. Isn't that beautiful? And then on the other side, of course, we always have to look at the other side. There's these. So we've got pine cones and berries. We've got a nice swirly sort of holly pattern there. And then a very sort of formalish, I don't know what you'd call that, formal pattern of some sort. Geometric pattern, kind of, but it's a bit filigree, but it's nice. And that's in Mossy Meadow. So the colours are Mossy Meadow. I think they're actually early espresso. Cherry cobbler. I think it's cherry cobbler anyway. I'm saying cherry cobbler. Let me just double check. Oh, it doesn't say. That's helpful. I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's cherry cobbler, Mossy Meadow and early espresso by the looks of it. But you might have a little bit in there of soft sea foam. That would be nice, just to add a little touch of different things. I'm glad you're here as well, Tracy. It's my third attempt at trying to do this video this morning, so let's hope nothing else goes wrong. Like moving my light. Deary me, we'll get there in the end. Right, so I love all these papers, they're great. Then we get the embellishments, the lovely glitter dots and the fabulous ribbon, so that's good. But what I really wanted to show you is how to actually use the stamp set. That might be good. Let's get going with that before anything else goes wrong. Okay, so the best way to do this, I have found, is to use my trusty Stamparatus. Okay, but there are 2 things that you need to remember about stamping this. Okay, the first one is that because the big image, is a cling image. Okay, so this is a big cling stamp. That means that you don't need this foam pad under here. Okay, so you need to work out how you're going to manage to move between here, and then when you do the photopolymer you have to put this back in and go on there. So of course your friend are these beautiful little grid sheets that match perfectly. So you basically decide where you're going to put your cardstock on here, and then when you put your grid paper down on top of your foam mat, it works perfectly. So let me show you that in practice. I'm just moving all my bits out of the way, hold on. So I've gone for the smaller size piece of cardstock. Yeah, the suite is absolutely gorgeous. Leslie! Oh, you got them. Oh, that's brilliant. Leslie got her goodies, but she hasn't had time to play. Well, I'm sure that you will have a good time when you get there. So what I'm doing here is I'm measuring it to 5 centimetres, because that I just happened to put my cardstock down in that position and thought, yep, let's stamp there. And then when I went to put the photopolymer on, I thought, oh, I need to know where it is. Thankfully, I'd already lined it up with a 5 centimetre. So what I've got here is, it's a bit of a mishmash. You'll see it all in a minute. So I've got I've got different plates. This one's for the berries, okay, and then this one's for the leaves and the sprigs, okay, and then this one is for the center of the rose, okay. And I keep them separate from each other, either with a piece of cellophane bag or by putting one of the grid sheets on top of them, and that stops them inking up all the way through. Okay, so the first one we're going to work with is this beautiful cling stamp, and I thought, when I was trying to work out where they went and where all the different bits go, I thought it's going to be easier if I could see. So, and I like to have a little bit of definition, so what I've done is I've inked this up in Sahara Sand. Okay, it's a nice light base colour. It won't detract from any of your other inks that you've got. Just put that background up there, that's annoying me. I've got a wire dangling in my face. Okay, so it won't detract from anything else you've got going on in a minute. So you ink that up, you put your plate in, and then you're just going to stamp that down. Now this is a large stamp, okay? Look how big that is. It's like a whole of my hand. So, and it does go up close to this edge, so you will need to give it a little bit of welly, okay? Just make sure you get into all the nooks and crannies. And then when you lift that up, see I've missed a bit there. So get right in there. Some bits on some plates on my Stamparatus work better than others. There we go. We still need a little bit up there, although we are going to re-stamp over that, so I'm not going to worry too much. But that gives me my main image, okay? So now I'm going to get rid of that so it's not shining in your face. And now we have to change things up because we're now going to photopolymer. So you take it off, take your, she says, struggling, take your magnet off. They're so hard, these magnets. It's great. They're so strong. So take your magnet off, put your foam pad back on, and then your other piece of grid paper back on. And that's why I say this grid paper is absolutely the best thing. Then you line it back up again, because you know your top here. So you just line it back up again here to 5 centimeters. And then you know that's going to work. Okay, now obviously I've gone ahead and worked out all these things first, but you could do it as you go. And that's exactly what I did. I literally went, right, where's that going to fit on my rose? Where does it need to be? Plonked it down, and because it's photopoly you can see through, so I plonked it down, worked out where it needed to go, put this on, put the plate down, picked it up, job's a good one. Okay. Sorry, that's an English term, Tracy. You probably, well, actually, you've lived here, so you will understand what that means. So, now, obviously, my rose I'm going to do in red. You could do it in any colour. I've seen them gloriously done in blue and silver. My lovely friend Linda did that as well. I've just seen some gorgeous different interpretations of this. But I thought I'm going to go classic. I'm going to go with the papers. So we're going to pop that down. And again, we're going to make sure we give it some good pressure, just because it's on the Stamparatus, and it's a different way of stamping than if it was on a block. On a block, you go straight up, straight down. On a Stamparatus, you can kind of feel your way around a little bit more. And then when you lift, it's going to pull. So you need to go underneath and make sure you haven't missed anything. And then you see that you've missed something. Now, either that's my inking or that's my stamping. And I can see I've got ink on here. Oh, no, that's bad. I can see I've got ink on here, so it's me. So I go back in and I make sure I press down, give it some good welly on that corner. Okay, lift up. That's better. Okay, so that's my rose in there done. Okay, like that. I wonder if I've moved it just a smidgy too high now. Maybe this one's not quite the same size as the other bit cardstock. That's always possible. That seems a little bit low to me, but there we go. Right, so that's our rose. Okay, perfect, we say, hopefully. Next up, we're going to take that off. Now, obviously, we clean it. Yeah, I love my Stamparatus, it's so fab. And then I'm going to carry on with the cherry cobbler theme. So now this time I've got all of these little bits. So I'm going to put it down, you can see them. So basically all of these little tiny, tiny berries up here, here, up here, 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 here. They all have a corresponding berry. Yeah, I think my cardstock's slightly different sizes. So I'm just going to move that just down a smidge so that we're in line. There we go. Better. Yeah, there we go. So you can see through your Stamparatus where things are going to line up. And if you've moved your cardstock like I have, so it's not on the 5 centimeters, you can put it back and you know that you're going to go to the right place. That's better. There we go. So when you get it in the stamp set, they're all like higgledy-piggledy, these pieces, which doesn't really help very much. These pieces are slightly better laid out inside, but not great. They're all like a bit all over the place. So you have to work out where these go. So I worked with the biggest one first, okay, and worked out that that goes down here. Then the second biggest, which is like this sort of number 2, goes into this position here. Then you just got a splodge, and that's that top one. and then you've got like a whoosh, and that's that one over there. Okay, that's the way I can describe them. So that's how I worked out where they went, because I know some people have had issues with this. Oh, Sahara's on, and Linda. Hello. Hello, ladies. How lovely for you to join me today. So yeah, so we're doing this. We're just going to pop on our little red berries and get those hopefully lined up. There we go. And you know, the good thing about this is it doesn't matter if it's absolutely perfect. Do you know what I mean? As long as it's pretty up. Look at that. See, now that one's off again. Why is that one off again? Maybe I moved it. Oh dear. Okay, so all we're going to do is we're going to take it off, because I don't mind having more berries. It's less berries I want to be concerned about. Okay, so that's that 3, that's that 2. You have to kind of line them up in your head as to where they should go. And then I'm going to come in. If we get a few more berries, that's going to be okay. I think I'm off a little bit again. So let's move that slightly. There we go. It's a bit sort of, you just got to go for it, and hopefully you get the right ones. That's better. There we go. And I don't mind. You won't actually, you have a few extra berries. Who's going to know? Do you know what I mean? So don't get precious about it. Just stamp your berries and get on with it. Okay, so that's that one. Then we're going to change colours. We're going to go with our mossy meadow. And we're going to do our leaves. Now, where's my mossy meadow? Here it is. So we're going to do our leaves next. And this is a gorgeous colour. I love mossy meadow. I didn't like it when it first came out. I thought, oh, it's too dark, it's too grungy, it's horrible. Do you know what? It's the green I go to probably this time of the year. It's the green I go to most, and it's not just because that's the, you know, the papers and whatever. I mean, it's just a lovely green. It's kind of warm. Okay, it's certainly warmed on me. So we're going to do this. Push this out. There we go. Lift off. Oh, I've missed a bit over there. You can see I've missed a bit because it's still on the, can you, I don't know if you can see that. Can you see? Yeah, you can see that now. See that there? See, I've missed that ink there because it's still on the stamp. So you know which bits you've got to go back for because it's on the stamp. There we go. Perfect. And then the final thing to do, you don't actually use your stamp apparatus for. Shock horror, you have to stamp by hand. And that is... Now I'm going to use soft suede because I think early espresso is just a little bit dark. That's just me probably. It is a nice colour, but I prefer soft suede. It's a little warmer for me. So this is the little pine cone, and you just have to work out where it's going. Ooh. And if you get it wrong, you just go back in and you do it again. Doesn't matter. There we go. That one's a little off. It's because I'm looking at it from a side. I must get this way of working where I look at the camera and that tells me how I'm doing, but it's not a good enough picture for me to do that. There we go. Oh, that's not bad. That's not bad. Now, as that soft suede dries, it will lighten up a little bit, which is nice. But there are some things you can do on top of this, which is quite nice. So that's lovely as it is. Really like that. But we need to add, I think, a little bit of gold. So you can see from this one that it's lightened up quite a lot as the ink has dried. Do you see that? So this one will end up looking like this. So just be aware of that. It does lighten as it dries. So I think we need to have a little bit of jazziness going on. We always need a little bit of sparkle. So I'm going to add some gold splodgy things. Glitter enamel dots, sorry, is the technical term. Hi, Helen. Oh, it's nice to see you on here. Now, you need to be careful, okay? This one, the gold came, the glittery thing came off and the gold got left behind. I've worked out the best way of getting these off is actually to take the acetate and bend it up and use your fingernail or a pokey tool underneath it to lift it off, okay? So we're just going to sort of scatter some of these around. And you get so many in a pack, you can really go for it. So we'll do a bit here. I'll get a little one off here. always goes in threes. Oh, that one doesn't want to come off. There we go. Let's I'll just show you with the poker tool, might be easier. Sorry, with my take your pick tool. Must get the new terminology right, Pip. So I'm going to keep going with these. I'm going to add some actually into the, like on the sprigs, because that always looks nice, doesn't it, when you've got a decoration out and you've got some little gold bits going on. You can get those, I don't know what they're called. My lovely florist friend would know what they're called, but you can get those gold bits that can come out. So this is a bit boring here. Let's add a bit of gold in there. Chuck a bit of gold in there. Now you can obviously have dies to cut this out. I didn't mention those because I didn't actually purchase the dies myself. I'm going a bit mad here with these gold bits, but I love them, they're great. I didn't actually purchase the dies myself because this is the only chance I have of actually showing this to you, and then I'm going to disappear off and go to on stage, and by the time I come back my class is done. We'll do a bit of stamping, and I don't really have a time. I'd love to have run a class on this. This would have been a gorgeous class. And I'm so sorry, ladies and gents, that I won't have a chance to do that. However, if you do get this set, you know, I think you will love it. And there are so many possibilities. We will be using it at class at the end of the month. So do not fear, there will be a chance to play. But if you're my online customers, then obviously you won't get that chance. So this is me sort of helping you understand how you would use this beautiful set a little bit better. Now, I've lost my little thing. There it is. Tracy says, loving the bling. Yes, I know, you've got to have bling. I'm going to add more in a minute. So then we've got these lovely, they've got this lovely ribbon, which is really nice, you know, and that would look lovely down there, wouldn't it? Bit down there. But I'm thinking also you could do a really nice sort of bow, and have a really sort of swanky bow, big bow, big bow, bigger bow. There we go. Really nice bow sort of up here somewhere. I think that would sort of set that whole thing off somehow. So I quite like that idea. And then obviously we need to stamp the sentiments. And I like this beautiful Merry Christmas, but I'm not sure which one it's going to fit into in terms of punches. So I thought we would try this and see, because that's the easiest way, isn't it? Just try and see. So where's my paper cardstock? Right, here we go. So I'm thinking we need this. Yeah, we need that block. And I'm going to get now, see if we still had the gold ink, I'd have gone gold, but we don't have the gold ink available anymore, sods off. So I'm going to have to go red. Such a shame. I wish they'd bring those back. They've been so popular. Right, so let's stamp this here. Merry Christmas. Isn't that a lovely Merry Christmas? Even if we do say Happy Christmas more here in the UK. But I do love that Merry Christmas. It's really pretty. Now, I'm hoping that we can get that out of the pretty label, but it might be too big. It might be too big. Yes, it's too big. Okay, so in that case, we're going to need the everyday label pouch. Let me go and grab that. Oh, where are you? Where are you? Where are you? In fact, it might even be too big for this one. It must fit one of these, surely. Oh, just about. Okay, so we can get it out of this one. Of course, in the suite, the dies are just divine, and they've got all lovely kind of curly shapes for these, like tags and stuff, which are great. So buy the dies, that's the thing, because your punches are a bit too small really, but I don't have the dies, so we're going to go with punches for today. And then, see, it hides quite a lot, doesn't it? I'm going to be, maybe if we have it, let's see what it looks like when we put the other bits on. Okay, because I thought it would look great if we had a little bit extra bling. You can never have too much. In the form of some gold glimmer coming out the back of the, see, look at that, that's nice. Coming out the back of the punched image. Sentiment, that's the word I'm looking for. Make sure none of that's missing. Yeah, that's fine. There we go. So we've got some of those. You could also use the leaves, I think, as well. They would look good. So you could punch your little not out of that bit, it's too small. You could punch yourself a couple of these leaves, because these leaves sort of mirror the shape I felt of those leaves, so they would be quite nice too. So we've got, you know, we've got some blinging options here, definitely. Okay, so now we have card base time, and then we're going to have to cut some of that gorgeous. I'm going to do one on each, one red and one green, I think. Let's try this. See, because I actually also think that this rose would look lovely that way round. It doesn't have to go up and down. And then we have slightly more room for a sentiment down here. So I'm thinking we do this one this way round. Now you could just about take a little bit off each end, but you couldn't take much off down here, because down here would be too close. So you could definitely fit your Merry Christmas over here like this, or down here, or you could go with one of the smaller sentiments in the set, which I think is what I might do. Wishing you the gifts of this season, peace and joy. May this Christmas fill your heart with warmth and love. I like that one. That's nice. Let's do that. But we don't have any of the papers on this, so we also need to sort out some of that, because that's just wrong to not have any of the glorious papers on this. So we might use some of that. I might do, I mean, I could just cut, like, round it roughly, but I don't think that would look very good. So let's do this. Let's try a smaller sentiment. Hey Ginny, morning. How are you? Good, I hope. Looking forward to on stage this week, as I am indeed. Ugh, alive on stage. It's been too long. Too long. Okay, so this one I think now will fit in this pretty label punch, or even in the timeless label punch. It's small enough now. That's better. Okay, so that will fit in there, like so. Is that sort of straight-ish? Yeah. Okay, and then that fits better down there. See, that fits better, doesn't it? Yeah, we like that. Okay, good. We're just working out which ones of our punches and stuff are going to work. So, because it is, dare I say it, I think sized for the American card bases a little bit more than they are for our card bases, but you know, we prevail, we can make it work. That's pretty. I like that. We like a bit of bling. And then we could even put the ribbon, put the ribbon behind it as well, or the ribbon could go that way. That looks nice too. Right, here we go. Now, paper, the question is paper or card behind it, because I do have some green. So I could layer up the green, and then that, which does look kind of nice. Or I could add, I'm not sure I want to add any more. I mean, the roses would just be disappearing, but this one might work. But then that's red on red. Might save that one for this one. And I think these roses would disappear. So then it's a question of, do I want to just have some of the background with green? And I think, to be honest, no. At this point, I'm saying no. So, oh, there goes, oh dear, there goes my light again. Stop moving. Right, so we're going to go with green. What do you think? Do you all agree with that? I know that paper is amazing, Tracy. I hope you all agree with that. I'm just making random decisions here. So we'll do this. We'll do this. Oops. There we go. I do like that I can do this on my phone, but I hope the sound is okay and not too echoey, because that's the only thing I do worry about. I'm coming out a bit too loud, maybe. I found that on my webcam, it did that, and that's not good. Don't like that. Okay, so let's pop some of this down. Bit of snail for a bit of gold. So we're going to come this way, yep, about here-ish. There we go. Oh, it's so pretty. Oh, the sound is good. Okay, good, thank you. Because it's hard to judge, you know, when you're just talking to a phone. Oh dear. Much as I love my phone, you know, it does seem a bit strange sometimes that I'm just talking to the phone. But I know you guys are there, so that's good. and you interact and tell me that it's all okay. So that's brilliant. There we go. Okay, so pop this down on the cherry cobbler vase. So for those of you who are looking, oh no, I've done it upside down. Ah, there we go. And that's why I don't use red tape or any other kind of tape. I like my glue because it allows me to make mistakes and then correct them. Ah dear. Right, so for anyone who is looking, who is not in America, in terms of sizing, so it's half of a card base, and then it's 14.4 by 10, and then 13.9 by 9.5. That's the centimetre values. But I had a lovely email from a lady who said that I'd inspired her. She's 85 and she's in the US, and she just loved my layering, and I made it look so easy. So she wanted me to try and help her with her layering. And to be honest, for you guys, it's very much the same. We go down in half a centimetre. You would go down in 1/4 of an inch. Or I guess sometimes if you wanted a really tiny border, you'd do a 1/16. But 1/4 of an inch works perfectly for you guys. So I tried to help her and give her some layering and stuff. So hopefully that's worked, and she's now happily layering away. So we're going to pop that down there. I am just hiding my glimmer dot, but you know, I don't mind about that because I can just put some other stuff around it. Or I could come up here, but I think that's too high. So we're definitely going to come down here. We're definitely going to put in some glimmery stuff, like so. And then I'm tempted to do 3 glimmers, to be fair, but that might be a bit too much. Is there such a thing? I don't know. Is there such a thing as too much bling? We could kind of pop it like that. That looks quite nice, just with that little gold there coming out, and then we could just have that there, sort of like that-ish. The new trimmer is going to help with the sizing. Oh, and Jan says you don't use Stamparatus enough. Yeah, I know, it's brilliant with the layered things. Yeah, it's great. Yeah, the new trimmer is definitely going to help with the sizing. Everybody loved the new trimmer at my class on Saturday. So I'm going to have 1, 2, 3, 4 very happy people walking away with a trimmer on Saturday, so that's good. I'm glad that the new trimmer has come finally, and that we can now get on with trimming to our heart's content. And it is a good trimmer in terms of the sizing and stuff. Right, so I'm just popping that there. Oh, I'm missing that one though. Just want it to be a little bit lower really. Let's see how we can do that. Can we get it just down there? Yeah, I think so. Just down there. This can kind of come in here. Oh, oh, it's all moving. Oh, it's all going horribly wrong. Come on, Pip, sort your life out. There we go. Stick that down. Make a decision. Go for it. There we go. Yes, that's that. That's that. That's that. That needs to come down there. This I've lost somewhere in the ether. Here we go. Why are you not sticking down there? Come on. Oh, because I've only got a little bit back there. I'll have to put some more on for that one. That'll explain that. Okay, so that comes down there like that. That comes up there like that. Yeah, I think up there, don't you? Yeah. Right, so now we've got it sort of stuck. Now I actually stick it properly. So we're going to need some... Where are my glue dots? Oh, they're all over here with my swaps. That could take some time to find, so let's just go. Let's just do a bit of taping instead. So if you can't find your glue dots at any point in time and you get lost, a bit of tear and tape does help you stick the glimmer stuff down to your, see, without it moving like that one is and that one is. So a bit of tear and tape, pop that across there, and it's not going to cause any problems because it's just sticking, and you're going to then take the sticky off and put dimensionals on the back of it anyway. So this is a good little tip if you get anything stuck like this and you want to make sure it stays exactly where it's supposed to. Okay, that bit needs to come under there. And I am taking the sticky off because it just helps if you're putting dimensionals over the top, because otherwise you could put dimensionals over the top of the tape, which has got the lifty bit on it, and then that could come off. So there's one. Now I'm struggling with my tape, which is unusual because normally it just lifts, so I don't know what's going on. Today's just a bit of a weird day really, isn't it? It's a funny old couple of weeks I'm having. I haven't spoken to you. I just want, do you know what? I've completely forgotten until just then. the reason why I've had such a weird week is I had such an amazing ranking last week. It kind of blew my head a little bit. So thank you so much. Thank you for all of your amazing comments and best wishes, and thank you for, you know, just supporting me, and for all my lovely customers. You guys absolutely rock. And I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you and my lovely team and everybody else who supports me, watches my videos, helps me, comes to class. You know, I have amazing helpers at class, and it's just, well, I just love my job, really. I don't think I've ever been quite so effusive about a job ever before in my life. But yeah, I couldn't have got to where I did without you guys, so thank you. And next week this week, I don't even know what week I'm in. This week I'll be in Germany celebrating, so you will see some photographs of me. I had to go and buy a new top because I look back, oh thanks Trace, I looked back at all my all the videos and all my photographs. I was looking at all my photographs and I thought, okay, so I walked across the stage last year for I was in the top 10 last year, and the top 100 last year, but like only just. And I walked across the stage then. I thought, right, okay. Then I looked back at the year before and I walked across the stage for getting to the incentive trip and whatever. And I thought, okay. And I thought, I'm wearing the same clothes in like 2 of the different videos or photographs and whatever. I thought, I can't do that again this year. I need to buy something new. So I had to go out on an emergency shopping run last week to go and get myself a new top. And I bought myself a new coat as well, just to, you know, just to add to the joy, because it's going to be cold in Germany. So I bought myself a new coat. There we go. Now, if I just pop that there, this needs to come up just a smidge. There we go. Look at that. That's pretty. And then we can finish it with a few more of our lovely blingy bits, just on these bits here. I think they need to be the sort of this size, or even this size. No, I'll go this size. I'll go too high. So yes, so hopefully I'll have a new top in the pictures, as long as I manage to wear my new top on the right time for whenever they're doing the awards. Oh dear, it's a first world problem, honestly. Right, there we go. Look at that. I like that very much. Okay, so that's that one. Now let's see what we can do about the other one, because, you know, I've started, so I'll finish, obviously. Let's see how we can do this. So I think this one, either we need to chop it down. Yeah, I am tempted to chop that. Where's my trimmer? It might be a bit reckless of me. I might regret it shortly, but we'll see. So I think I'm going to cut it just to above where that leaf is. And you can do all this by eye, you don't need to measure any of this. And then take a slither off of here. And I must say the new trimmer is better at taking slithers off than the old trimmer. I think because the blade's bigger, so that's helpful. And then we're going to chop this down to 12.5 if I can. It's a bit tricky with that glitter dot there. I think I might have missed it. Note to self, don't try and cut your paper after you've stuck a glitter dot on. But I've managed to score it, so I can just finish that off by hand, hopefully. A little crooked. Let's come back in and do that the other way around. That's better. There we go. Right, so that's cut that down because I want a bit more of that lovely paper to show behind it. So I think this, I think I want this, don't you? Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? That's going to look lovely. I think so. But obviously we're doing it this, so do I want it that? No, I want it this way up, I think. Yeah, we're going to do it vertically this time. Okay, so somewhere I've got some half, because I don't think that's a bit too rosy for that one, I think, just for this. Where's my other bits gone? There we go. Yeah, I think this piece. Yeah, yes, says Tracy. Yes, I think so too. I think that's good. Right, so this is going to be 14.4 this way for us, and whatever it will be in your US measurements, and then 10 this way for us. So this is going to be my base layer above the card. Right, let's see how that works. And you can, of course, I mean, you could do this with embossing. Wouldn't that just look amazing if it was heat embossed? Oh, that's nice. Look, see, we've got enough there. We can see around it properly, and we've got a bit of a banner down here, which is nice. So you can could heat emboss the rose for sure. That would look very pretty if it was heat embossed. Watercolor it. You could just stamp the outline like I did originally. You could just stamp this piece and colour it with blends. So you can do lots with this stamp set. You don't just have to stamp it like I have here. Although I quite like how I've stamped it like that. Yes, that's good. Right, so I'm going to put that on straight, I think, straight away, just to get that secured. Gives it a completely different look going up the other way. And it also then gives us our measurement down the bottom to work out what we're going to do down here. So right over there, perfectly. Does it need to come this way a smidge? No, maybe not. There we go. Right, that's about right, I think. There we go. Bring it up, make sure it's straight. Yeah, that's straight, lovely. Okay. So that's nice. And then I was going to put like a nice bow up here. So we can do that. People always ask me how I tie my bows. So if you haven't watched how to tie a bow the queen pip way, I will show you. So it's basically like knitting. Okay. Not that I knit. This is the only bit of knitting. This is your casting on. So you're going to take your ribbon between your thumb and your middle finger. You're going to loop, and you have your end here. You're going to loop it over your first finger and then put the other bits back between your thumb and your middle finger. You're then going to take this finger out, so you're just left with a loop, and you're going to take what's left of this and wrap it round the loop and then push through the hole that's where your thumb came out of. And that is how you tie the perfect bow. Because then you can mess around with it afterwards. You can make it as big or as small. You can make it quite flat, or you can loosen things up and make it sort of stick up a bit more, have it a bit more curvy. You can do with it whatever you like then, because you've now got control. Whereas if you do it the other way, you don't have quite so much control. So there we go. Let's put that on there. Thanks, Tracy. I'm glad you like how to tie my bow. My mum, it's just how my mum taught me, I'm sure, because it must be. But it's just, everyone's like, oh wow, you tie it like that. I'm like, yeah, don't you? So it's one of those moments. Oh, I found my glue dots. Here we go, because I think we do need it for this. So yeah, just one of those things I picked up along the way. And as soon as people learn how to tie it this way, then everything becomes so much easier. There we go. Yeah, bunny ears work unless you've got ribbon that has two different sides, Linda, and then it gets all a bit convoluted. Whereas when you do it my way, you can twist the ribbon around as well and get it so that you can actually have it all going the same way. And that's what does it. That's what, like, people go, oh, okay, that sounds great. Okay, so we're going to put that, I think we need a few more little blingy bits down there. I feel like this area has been being neglected. But we were probably going to put a little sentiment down there, that's why. But again, I don't think Merry Christmas. Oh, it might fit now, actually. Actually, she says, actually. Oh, look, it does fit. Just put it there. I'll put it in the centre. Takes away a bit from the leaves. What do we think? I think it's a little tight. I don't know. What is your thoughts on this? Let me know. It would be good. Maybe have a smaller sentiment like that one again, but I really like the Merry Christmas. We could put that on the inside, of course. That's not, you know, there's not to say that you can't do that. And we've also got wishing you the gifts of the season. So we could pop that in there as well, maybe. Or we could go random and go with a completely different. Tracy says, I'm a master at bows since my mum had us in hair bows and dresses with bows every day. Oh, wow. Okay, yeah, that would get you definitely sorted with bows. Right, I'm just going to grab, because the other thing I thought would look quite nice is maybe an itty bitty Christmas Joy to the World, just in a little round one there. I think that would be nice. So where's my Joy to the World? Or even Very Merry, but let's go Joy to the World. I like that. I think it goes with the roses nicely. Can you trim the label top and bottom? It's a bit tight, really. I mean, I could trim a little tiny bit off of there, but not much, really, because that's like really close. So I think we're going to try... I think this would be a great... It will work definitely if you move this right up to the top, or even turned your rose around and then had left space at the bottom. So you can definitely fit this in, because I've seen it in, but it's just about how you shift your rose. So I had mine like this, but you can turn it and have it more diagonally, and that would give you more space at the bottom. So don't despair that we'll never be able to use that, because you can. Okay, so now we're going to use Mossy Meadow for this one, because it's got more red on it because of that lovely paper in the background, which I haven't yet stuck down. Okay, so Joy to the World. That's a nice little sentiment. I like that. We need more joy in the world, don't you think? And then we can try... I'm going to try... I don't know whether this one will work. Just about. Because I've got, what's this one? We've got the 1 3/8, and then we could go to the 1 1/2. Let's try that. That's probably better. I want a layer on it, obviously because we can, and I want that layer to be my 1 1/2 in gold sparkly. Sorry, I'm just reaching behind my laptop to get my gold sparkly, to get my punches. Let's try that. Oh, that's pretty. That's pretty. So I think we can do that. We can do that. There, that fits perfectly. Right, let's stick all this down. So I hope this has given you a little bit of inspiration of what you can do with this suite. I'm sure that I will be, well, I know I'm going to be sharing more between now and the end of November, because it's only available this month. So if you do like the look of this suite, then I would get it, because it's available while stocks last during the month of November. So, and it's quite different to anything else we've got. It doesn't look like the First Frost. It's not like Perfectly Plaid. You know, it's not like Toil Christmas. It's very different to what we've got in the other sets, which I like. I like that it's different. Now here I'm going to go with 2 layers of dimensionals, just because dimensionals actually help attach it to the glimmer better than anything else I've found. So dimensionals are good for attaching. Okay, pop that on there, and then we'll go 2 layers, because you know we can. And it's Christmas, and I might deliver this one by hand. Or it'll just go as a large, I don't care. Everyone I send Christmas cards to is worth it, that's what I say. There we go. A little bit there, I think. Dun, dun, dun. Is it straight? No, it's not. Let's move that round. That's better. There we go. And then we can pop a couple of extra... we can add more glimmer dots. We need more glitter. More glitter in our lives. There we go. Just some little ones I just think would be, just bring that in. There we go. And of course we need 3, don't we? Because we have to do things in 3s. So either there, there, or there. I think there. There we go. I've got a plastic bag that's slowly but surely sinking to my right. Okay. So let's move all this rubbish out. Let's clear up, Pip, tidy up, get ready to do the big grand finale. Ta-da! Get all that out of the way. So that has been, whoops, oh, that's very noisy, sorry. That's been my Moody Monday Pick Me Up, which I hope has picked you up and cheered you up. 3rd time I tried to get online. Finally we made it. Yay! move all this rubbish off here. So if you like the Christmas time suite, then go and grab it from my store right now. The link that I shared before will take you straight to the suite in my shop. If you've already got the suite, then please do show us your creations, because we always like to see extra bits and pieces, see what everybody's been getting up to. I'd love to see how you've been doing it. And I hope that my Stamparatus sort of demonstration has helped you work out how you actually lay it out, because I know some people have been struggling with how to put the bits together. And also, just as a reminder, to use your Stamparatus more than you probably do already, because it's there for everything. And I bought extra plates because I just find I use it for so many different stamping things like this. So, you know, just make sure you, if you've got it, get it out and use it, because it's a really good thing and a good tool for you to have. Oh, thanks, Jan. I'm glad you like them. Right, so that's me for this week. I'm going to sign off, and then I'll be probably sharing some lives from Onstage Live, because we're allowed. Yay! So watch out. I'll share pictures and things. Oh, thank you, Tracy. I'm glad you started my day with you too. With me, even. And with, yeah, you know what I mean. So I'm very glad you're here. Well, just before I go on off and have my lunch. But yeah, so I'll be sharing stuff from Onstage, because it's always nice, I think, for everybody to have fun. Oh, Linda, we're going to miss you. We'll miss you at Onstage for sure. And then I'll be sharing a few things, but then I'll be back. So I'll be back a week today. And thank you, Linda. We'll miss you too. I'll be sharing a few of the things that we got at Onstage, so come back, stay tuned. I've got Centre Stage on Wednesday night, and then Onstage Thursday, Friday, Saturday. We're hitting the Christmas market Saturday night, hopefully, if my back holds up that long, and then coming back with full cases on Sunday morning. So Monday lunchtime I'll be back sharing with you, and yeah, might be seeing some new stuff, but I will be making some cards, and I might bring this set out again and do something completely different with it, just so that you can see what else you can do with this and with the gorgeous paper, because I think the paper on its own stands alone, to be honest. So we'll do some more stuff with paper probably next week. Alrighty, so have a lovely week, and I will see you soon, and take care until then. Take care now. Bye bye.